with a smile on your face. When you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adanna Combie, and we begin conversations this morning with Acting Inspector Kathlyn Sterling of the TTPS as she brings this morning the crime updates or the activities happening around Tobago over the past week. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning, Adanna, and good morning to Tobago and our listening viewers.
Right, so it seems as if the past week was very hot in Tobago. There were so many things taking place. You know, every time when I spin around your hair, you get a phone call or you get some update that something has happened in the past week. And so we want to get some information as to the exact happenings and what is the status of these things, because I know there were quite a few shootings. And so we want to talk about that as well as, you know, every other thing that has happened on the island.
So, Adanna, yes, we found a body at Sawmill, Mountain George, over the weekend. And I want to say condolences to the family and loved ones of that victim. However, we're still awaiting the autopsy as a determination of what was the cause of death for that person. Also, we had a shooting at the Nines in Speyside where 6 persons were wounded and were hospitalized. There was some good news there. 4 persons were discharged, still 2 persons still at the hospital. Additionally, we had a shooting in Turtle Beach, where 1 person is at the hospital presently. We had a robbery at the Royal Castle. No one was injured in that robbery, but cash was missing and was stolen. So we see that we really have an upsurge in crime in Tobago and not just Trinidad. So it's Trinidad and Tobago. So this week, we really had a challenging week. The officers had a challenging week, but we are working feverishly. Investigation is taking place, and hopefully we'll have some detection of these offenses.
And so we have no information in terms of any type of suspects for any of these happenings?
Well, I wouldn't want to say this because the matter is under investigation, so we wouldn't want to put out that in the open space as yet. But investigation, there are leads, and we are working feverishly on those leads to solve these crimes.
Right. And you know that shooting in Speyside particularly has my interest this morning, because I'm thinking, unless there were multiple shooters, right? You're talking about 6 persons being injured and 1 bullet or 1 bullet will not harm 6 persons simultaneously, right? So I'm trying to figure out, could you explain to us what in your view, what might have happened there? Obviously it might have either been more than one viewer, more than one shooter, or the machine they used to carry out the act.
Well, I don't know, it was a drive-by shooting, and persons just shoot indiscriminately. So the target who they were going from, they didn't study that they were other people or care that they were other people around. So there were more than one shooter with that incident, but several rounds were discharged. It would not have been one round to cause all that injuries to persons. And that is saying a lot. So we actually, you know, we out and we liming, and we're not aware of our surroundings. We know persons are involved in gang activities and crime, but yet we put ourselves in harm's way. So we asking persons, you must be aware of your surroundings. You are living in an area, you must know the persons who are who are involved in crime and criminality. So we must be aware, don't put ourselves in harm's way to get injured.
It's kind of, I mean, sometimes you might not even be in harm's way, you might just be an innocent bystander. I'm not sure what are the circumstances surrounding the shooting, of course, as the investigations are ongoing. But, you know, it really is cause for concern, the fact that there are so many illegal or unauthorized weapons out there in in the public space where people can access these things and commit these acts. And so it really is cause for concern. Yes, we have to protect and safeguard ourselves, but now it leaves us in a place of vulnerability. We are thinking now maybe somebody might start getting scared. They don't want to go anywhere because at any point in any time something can happen. So we're really hoping that we could have some measure of comfort and satisfaction where these crimes are happening. We had a good little a period where things were a little bit quiet, and now we're seeing this uprising again.
Yes, Adanna, and just as in Trinidad, we have an upsurge in gang activity, and our intelligence are telling us we are having gang activity in Tobago. So we have persons fighting for turf, we have persons retaliating against one another, and it because yes, we had a quiet period, but also we have random shootings taking place, right? The police is out there. We are acting on intelligence. We are out there. We are doing patrols. But we need the help. We need the help from our stakeholders, our people out there, because persons know who have the firearms out there. The police alone cannot police Tobago. So we need all the stakeholders. Give us the information where the guns are so that we could go get those guns and get it off the streets, because Tobago, we are changing, we are evolving, and we are no longer this that we could just sit uncomfortable knowing what is happening and not assisting. We really, really need the help out there. Our parents with our young children, we need to talk to our children. We need to know our whereabouts of our children, what our children are doing. The police is there actively. We are going into the schools, we are talking. We have our youth clubs. We're trying to have these young men and women who are on the streets to get actively involved in our youth club, some positivity into their lives, but we cannot do it alone. So we're depending on the schools, we're depending on the church, we're depending on our parents. We know that parents know when our children start getting into trouble. We cannot wait until they actually out there doing the crime to engage the police. Engage the police early. Engage whoever you think that could help that child so that we could get them off of the streets and off from gang activities. So, we are appealing to our stakeholders out there. We all have to work together to create the safety and security in our Tobago space.
Right. I know you mentioned you need the help from the community, the church, and different stakeholders across the island to help to curb crime from as early as the youth. What type of programs or type of public education has the TTPS been doing in terms of going into communities, partnering with churches, partnering with different organizations to ensure that they can intercept or intercede on, where crime is concerned, where our young persons are concerned, because they are one of the most influential age group. And so what has been happening there in terms of that type of relationship?
Yes, Adanna. So we have the child protection unit, where we have a unit, they go into the schools and, they engage these children, they speak to them. We also have the police youth club. We are recruiting also persons to these clubs. So you see, we go out on the streets, persons on the block linemen, we engage them to come and join the police youth club. Also, we have the THA, who we have these courses in the community center. So we are asking persons to come off the streets and get involved in something productive so that they can make something of themselves. So we actively engage stakeholders, and the TTPS itself, we are out there. We are doing our town meetings, we are doing our block meetings, trying to talk to persons, educate them about gang activities and what the repercussions, what could happen, so that we could try and bring Tobago in a better place from where we are now.
Right, and I know you've been having community meetings. I've seen a few of the meetings within communities. What has the interaction or the response been like? Have people been responding? Have people been coming out? Have people been airing their views? How has it been with these community meetings?
Well, I don't know, as community meetings, you go out there and you invite persons, but we're not getting the numbers that we actually need. So we have to rethink our strategy and go to the people instead of they coming to us. So we want to go on the blocks and engage, because they are where all the young people are and they're not coming to the community centers. So our intention is to go to these people and have conversation with them.
Right. So we're talking something maybe like a door to door. We're looking at like now.
Yes, well, we normally have our walkabouts. You know, we on mostly afternoon hours when we know persons are from school and from work, we do our walkabouts in each community, right? So Roxborough will have our own walkabouts, Shervan police station, and we engage persons, we pass on the information. So we've been active in that area.
And you know, sometimes there are some sporting facilities around the island, like recreational fields, where young people, they utilize the field, whether they play football, whether they are part of a club or a group or whatever. But sometimes you might find the stragglers there. You might find some other people there who are either unsupervised, not participating in the event, and just there to make mischief. Is there going to be any kind of walkabout or patrol in those types of areas, those areas that are supposed to be protected, because we have vulnerable groups utilizing those spaces each afternoon?
Yes, because I know we have the football in the community. We have Mariah have a football league. We have Roxborough have a football league. A lot of those games play at the Police Youth Club, which is just opposite the police station. So we have our officers walking around, because what we find is a lot of these youths are smoking marijuana in the area of where school children supposed to be. So the police are there actively. We engage persons, we talk to persons, so that we wouldn't have these crimes happening at these games. I know we can do a lot better, but we out there and we working and we working. We cannot stop working.
That's right, because I mean, at the end of the day, what we really want is safe spaces for ourselves and our families to enjoy, parks, recreation grounds, and of course to live in a place where it is kind of comfortable for us and not be scared to go out, not be scared to think, let me take my child to the park this weekend, because you know, so many things are happening out there. So we really, you know, looking forward to seeing increased police presence and the conversations that are going on with the stakeholders in terms of partnership to ensure that programs are put in place, that programs are implemented, so that, of course, we can engage the young people in something that is more positive.
Yes, Adanna, we're working feverishly on that. And, you know, we are out there, we are doing the work, we really doing the work, but as we say, all of us have to do the work. And before I leave, Tobago is all of us, for all of us to enjoy, myself, excuse me, each one of us. So we have to work for us to remain this safe space in Tobago. I want to go out and feel safe. You want to go out and feel safe. So we all have to come with the information, give us give us the information so that we could act on the information.
That's right. I'm speaking there to Acting Inspector Kathlyn Sterling of the TTPS, bringing the crime updates of things happening in Tobago last week, and also talking about, you know, some of the strategies in place to ensure that they curb crime here on the island of Tobago, so that I can enjoy outside, you can enjoy outside, our children can enjoy outside in safety, and that we can be together in a very safe, enjoyable, and comfortable space. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end this conversation this morning. But we continue on with guests in our studio this morning, and we ask that you stay with us. And while you stay with us, we invite you at this time to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.